Why are we here? What's life all about? Is God really real, or is this some doubt? Well, tonight we're going to sort it all out. For tonight is the purpose of life. Challenge. Is life just a game where we play by the rules while we're searching for something to say? Or are we just simply spiraling coils of self-replicating DNA? In this life, what is our fate? Is there heaven and hell? Do we reincarnate? Is mankind evolving, or is it too late? And so is the purpose of life. Okay, now after making you suffer through that rather tone-deaf intro, I have to say that as far as the purpose of life, in the cosmic sense, I don't think we have one. I don't think anyone gave us one. I don't think there's anyone inherent in our existence. But I do not think that is a cause for despair. I think that there's no more cause for despair than an artist finding an empty canvas, or a musician finding a composer finding an empty sheet of paper to write music on, a writer with a typewriter and a whole bunch of empty paper to fill up. I think that we are not given a purpose in life, but we do have an opportunity, and that we have an opportunity to fill up life with purpose of our own manufacturing. And the question is, will we fill it up with something worthwhile or not? Will we fill it up with something that we can be proud of? Whether we will fill it up with something good? I think we are an amazing species, and a really messed up species in many regards. We seem to have jumped the rails of natural selection to some extent in our use of medicines and gadgets like glasses and such to see better. I mean, we're leaving the natural order behind to some extent, which is, I think, simultaneously impressive and freaky. We are a species that has invented the notion of gods and supernatural entities of all sorts. We've ultimately invented the notions of justice and love and anything more than a physiological sense. The conceptual framework of the universe, I mean, we find intellectual models to fit it in. They're ultimately based off of empirical data, but we are the first species to really, in any profound way, begin to understand the universe, but there's no inherent purpose behind that. That is something that we have taken upon ourselves, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think there is any loss for not having God handing out a purpose in life, or the universe itself not having some inherent model in which we play a part in. I think we are the unintended consequences of the universe, and our horizons are wide open. I think we need to remember that our horizons are wide open in both good and bad ways, and we need to understand that while we are the species that has produced poetry and art, we are also the species that has figured out how to industrialize murder and genocide, and we need to try and watch our step and carry doubt and empathy and respect for our fellow human beings in our hearts as we do so. But ultimately, the only purpose in life we will ever find as individuals and as a species is the one that we manage to manufacture for ourselves. And again, I think that's a pretty good thing. I'm not sure that, I mean, when you ask the question, theists have answers to this. They have religious-based answers, and you can easily ask them, what's God's purpose? I mean, sooner or later the the chain of existence comes down to something that has to answer for itself, and I don't think really can have an answer for itself because it doesn't have an inherent answer to itself. But that's all. I hope you have enjoyed this. It's not much more to say, I'm afraid.